Hello, 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 beautiful people. Welcome to Good Morning with me, Misti B. You know, guys, sometimes we are so busy in the kitchen, whipping up something. And no, this time I do not mean food. But think about it. How many DIYers do you know? How many people are in the kitchen whipping up something, doing something fun, or even in their garage? Think about it. Some of the best businesses have started out of people's homes and specifically out of their garages. Today's guest, listen, she is one of those people, and I just love entrepreneurial stories, not only because I'm one, but it just helps everyone just dream so much bigger than you expected. Anyway, back to today's guest. I got a little excited. Today's guest, she has these beautiful locks on her hair, and she wanted to create something special just for her hair. You have to stay tuned to hear about her journey and how she ended up in some amazing places like, Essence Beauty Box and QVC. So guys, stay tuned. We are going to be right back with our next guest. See you in just a second.
Confidence comes standard with a certified pre-owned Cadillac from Ron Carter Cadillac, your only Houston area Cadillac to your door dealer. Get 2.9% APR for 72 months on Houston's largest certified pre-owned Cadillac inventory, with the assurance of a 172-point inspection, meticulous reconditioning by master Cadillac technicians, and a total 5-year limited warranty with unlimited miles.
Shop smarter when you shop Ron Carter. Ron Carter Cadillac.com.
My prenatal promise is to make sure my baby is safe and healthy, because I know it is possible to acquire syphilis, HIV, or other STDs without knowing it. Getting tested is my very first chance to protect my baby. Doctors are required to give expectant mothers 3 separate tests for syphilis. If you're pregnant, ask your doctor if you're being tested properly for syphilis and other STDs. Congenital syphilis can lead to a miscarriage, stillbirth, or an infant death. Don't risk your baby's health. To find out more, visit myprenatalpromise.com.
Welcome back, everyone. So, ladies and gents, because I've seen a lot of amazing gents with some beautiful, beautiful locks, on their head. One thing that we're always doing is we're talking about our healthy hair care journey. Now, I have to tell you, as a blondie, I have to do some extra tricks to keep this thing healthy. And in the studio today with me, I have Miss Angel Cornelius. She is the founder of Maison 276. Hello, Angel.
Hey, good morning, Misti.
Good morning. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. I'm thrilled to be here.
Now, y'all have to tell you, I see nothing but gloriousness right here, and I'm loving it. But I have to ask you, Maison, and I like saying that, Maison 276. The name of your business, where did you get that from?
So I'm a New Orleans native.
Okay.
And Maison is French for home, and 276 is the street address of the house where I grew up.
How did you what made you say, I'm going to name this business Maison 276?
I always wanted to have a connection to my New Orleans roots. And so, it was a collaborative effort of our team, and I just wanted something that said home to me. And also, honestly, I love the fact that I can share this journey with my mother.
Oh, yes.
And knowing how hard she worked to provide an amazing life for us. And so that is probably one of my thrills of being an entrepreneur every time my mother sees that label.
Oh, I love that. And that just touched my heart right there. And it's amazing that she's been able to witness this journey with you. So that's... I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. When did you, okay, before we even talk about launching, so your hair is gorgeous. How often you get there? How many times a day? 10, 15? Seriously.
It's frequent.
I know you get, I get it frequently, so I know you get it frequently.
It's a lot of silver up there. So.
Okay, and I love it. So you say silver instead of saying gray. Can I ask why?
It's my personal preference, and I think silver is more elevated.
I was going to say it's elegant.
Yes, yeah.
How long have you been silver?
So actually, I started my silver journey as a child. My mother actually found my first silver strand because I was so young, she was still combing my hair. And so I've really grown up with this hair. Obviously, I didn't have this much, when I was 7 or 8, but over time, I've just grown up with it. And actually always consider myself a bit of a hair unicorn. And so I don't look at it the same way other people do. It's kind of like a birthmark. You see it all the time and it's just there.
So you said, so how old were you?
I was probably like 7 or 8. When
You were really young. Okay.
Like I said, she was still combing my hair.
Okay. I was thinking 12-ish, but you were really
and she
young.
just found this little strand. It's like,
Well, you know what old people say, you're really wise, honey.
Yeah, that's what they say, right? That's probably caught up to me. Like I've lived up to
You've
that.
lived up to that.
Right. I've grown into that of what the silver hair means.
So how was that for you, embracing that at such a young age?
Like I said, it was always there. And, in college, I had like a bit of a streak that a lot of people thought I bleached. And for me, taking care of my hair was always a challenge because it was difficult to find products that would keep that silver bright without, silver hair it has a tendency to get dull. It's like wearing the same white dress every day. It's just going to get dull. Yeah, no matter what you do. And so you're always looking for products that are going to remove that discoloration, reveal the natural brilliance of your hair. And blondes have the same concerns. Silvers and blondes are hair sisters. And the products, even that you see on the shelf, they're marketed to both silvers and blondes.
Absolutely.
And so, I just grew up with decades of just being frustrated with the products that were on the market, and I would always add ingredients to it. I actually was always a bit of a DIYer. Even before that was a term, I would add ingredients to skincare products and to hair care products. And after about 4 decades of that, around 2013, I just decided to not only detox my beauty regimen because I stopped relaxing my hair and just became more informed about the ingredients that were in products. And I just started making my own products. I was just like, I'm just gonna order some raw ingredients online and I'm gonna make my own hair care products. I want things that keep my hair moisturized and soft because our hair is just like our skin. It changes as we mature. And the ingredients and the products that we use when we were 20 and 30, they don't work when you're 40, 50 or 60.
I didn't know that, okay.
And so there's nothing wrong with you. It's just a natural part of the maturing process. Beauty talks a lot about how our skin changes, but not so much about how our hair changes. And so I had all these leftover ingredients from making this hair care products, and I realized, I can make skincare products with that. And that's actually how I got into making body butters and soaps. It was with the leftover raw ingredients from the things that I was using to make hair care products.
Really? Okay, so when you were making these products, so I am not a DIYer, okay?
Right.
Let me be very clear.
Right.
I am that person, I'm gonna call people like you, so what do I need to do again?
Right.
So when you were making these products, Angel, how did you know what to put in what? Like, did it just come intuitively, or?
So I knew what I had been adding to the products that I bought off the shelf, and they were basically oils to make them more moisturizing. But I just researched plant-based ingredients to address the issues that I wanted to solve for. So what are the best plant-based ingredients for dryness, for increased hydration, things to make your hair retain moisture, conditioning, and I came up with things like shea butter, coconut, jojoba, olive oil, all things that we know that are very healthy. And so those things work not only for our hair, they also work for our skin as well. And so that's what I just went about mixing up.
Okay, now I have to tell you this. I am a fan, and I'm glad you just said it, of jojoba oil. I used to say it the wrong way. I used to say jojoba. I did. I was that person.
It's very high in vitamin E.
But it is, so something that you said, so this is one thing I love about people who make their own products, because you guys are really cognizant of what you put in there. And so one day, my stylist told me to get some jojoba oil. So I'm looking, and the stuff, the stuff on the shelves, it says jojoba oil, but when I turn it around, I'm like,
where is it on the ingredient list? It's at the bottom.
So I have to go to natural food stores to literally get a real bottle of jojoba oil. So saying all that to say thank you.
I used to shop at Whole Foods. That's where I would get, because remember, I'm making small amounts. For me, me, and that's where I would buy many of my ingredients if I didn't buy them online.
So you were just in your kitchen, just mixing, playing around, doing all this fun stuff.
Yes.
Okay, so how did you go from kitchen to being an Essence beauty box?
Right. So I would keep very copious notes, right, of what worked, what didn't work. And so I would carry like little vials, little Tupperware containers of body butter in my purse. So after I washed my hands, I could moisturize my hand. And one day in church, I did that, and there were some friends sitting on the row with me. It was a Saturday morning at a meeting, and so they caught a whiff of the lavender, and they were like, "What is that?" And so I was like, "Oh, it's just some stuff," and I threw it back in my purse. You know how your girlfriends are. No, let me see that. And so they passed it down the row, and now the whole back of the church smells like lavender. And so they wanted to buy it from me, and I was like, I just make it for myself. And so long story short, I wound up having to create an Etsy storefront to sell products to my friends and get bottles and jars to put it in and labels, and like, well, I've got to call it something. So coming up with a name, and at the time I called it La Belle Femme, which is the beautiful woman.
Okay.
And so that's how I started selling products. It was very much a grassroots thing, very local. You know, somebody would tell someone else, and then over time, like maybe a church would have a fashion show or something, and they need vendors like, "Oh, Angel, do you want to have a table?" And that's, you know, how I started expanding my reach within the Houston community.
So this was not intentional?
No, and I would just make products on the weekend. I was working as a clinic manager for Texas Children's. Most of my professional career is in healthcare management, and it was strictly like a weekend passion project. You know, I was a one-woman manufacturing, fulfillment, shipping. I would pack packages at night,
Come
and on my lunch
show.
on my lunch break, I would take them to the post office, like, because it was just a few orders.
Hold this off, because we got to dive more into that, because I love talking to entrepreneurs, because I'm one myself.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break. Guys, stay tuned as Angel continues to tell us about her unintentional products, okay? We'll be right back right after this break.
Confidence comes standard with a certified pre-owned Cadillac from Ron Carter Cadillac, your only Houston area Cadillac to your door dealer. Get 2.9% APR for 72 months on Houston's largest certified pre-owned Cadillac inventory, with the assurance of a 172-point inspection, meticulous reconditioning by master Cadillac technicians, and a total 5-year limited warranty with unlimited miles.
Shop smarter when you shop Ron Carter. RonCarterCadillac.com.
My prenatal promise is to make sure my baby is safe and healthy, because I know it is possible to acquire syphilis, HIV, or other STDs without knowing it. Getting tested is my very first chance to protect my baby. Doctors are required to give expectant mothers 3 separate tests for syphilis. If you're pregnant, ask your doctor if you're being tested properly for syphilis and other STDs. Congenital syphilis can lead to a miscarriage, stillbirth, or an infant death. Don't risk your baby's health. To find out more, visit myprenatalpromise.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gents. So this beauty over here is finessing us with all of her unintentional products that she's been selling. Okay, so you were telling us about your entrepreneurial journey, and I have here your body butter.
Yes.
Now, this is the pomegranate. I have to smell it. Okay. And while I'm smelling it, I have to ask you, Angel. So, ooh, that smells. Sorry, I am a natural sniffer. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me, but. Oh my gosh! Well, I know they smelled lavender in church, but if they got a whiff of this,
I hadn't even met that one yet.
I have to put it on. I know. I'm sorry.
A little goes a long way.
So let me ask you something.
There's a spatula in there.
I saw it, but I want to use my fingers.
Okay.
Let me ask you.
Yeah.
Oh yes. So the difference, and I'm genuinely asking for myself. My viewers may want to know too. The difference or the benefits of using body butter versus a lotion. Can you break that down for me?
Right. It's definitely a personal preference, but the primary difference is that lotion is water-based.
There we go.
And so one of the things, when I told you I would add things to products I bought off the shelf, I would add oils to them, but because I wanted to offset the water that was in the typical lotion. Because, oil locks in moisture. And so if you moisturize your skin, and you don't need a lot, just a little, like immediately after you get out of the shower or you finish your bath, you're gonna lock in that moisture, and that's what keeps your skin supple, soft, well moisturized, and healthy.
Angel, I smell so good. And I put on perfume this morning. Come on, blessings. Okay. Okay, so you go from selling this. Now tell me, how did you get into the Essence Beauty box though?
Right, so as I said, was making products in the kitchen, selling them on the weekend. And from time to time, I would send products to my son in New York, but he wasn't using them. He was just like throwing them under the sink.
Typical
and
kid
so,
stuff.
Right, typical good guy. And so one of his friends was over at his apartment and wanted something to moisturize her hands. And that's how she discovered the body butters. And so she actually worked for Birchbox, but had just been hired away by Essence to curate their beauty subscription box. And so she called me and she's like, hey, Miss Cornelius, I use your body butter. I really love it. We've got this new project at Essence and we want to highlight, female entrepreneurs. Essence is all about celebrating women of color. And she said, would you be interested? And, for me, Essence is like the iconic beauty brand. So I just said yes. Like, yeah, sure, I'd love to participate. So she comes back to me. She says, the editors love that pomegranate kiss. She said, and I said, yeah, what do I need to do? She said, well, we're going to need at least 10,000 units.
Okay, that's a lot for you. You still doing it in your kitchen at this time?
Right. And I'm in my office like, okay. And just like, but the expression on my face is like, oh my God, what did I get myself into? And so that's when I had to really become a real company. Like I wasn't incorporated. I didn't have a manufacturer. So we had to do all of those things.
How long did you have to do this?
So I had 9 months.
Okay.
And so in March of 2016, we ultimately delivered 15,000 units because their projections were a little off. And we sent 15,000 units of the Pomegranate Kiss body butter to Essence subscribers all over the country. And that is really what launched the company.
Wow. Essence, they owe me a product because I didn't get mine, but I have it now. Okay, you gave me a gift and I am so excited.
Yes.
So we talked about, you and I, silver and blondes, sharing a lot of the same.
Right.
Okay, so let me read this. We have a clarifying pre-shampoo. I don't want to read it, but tell me.
Right.
So that one it says removes dulling agents.
Right.
So what is that different?
So the 3-step system is based on the products that I made in my kitchen to take care of my own silver hair. Because what happened after the Essence launch, I started going to bigger events. Like Atlanta, New York, just for some marketing and exposure. And the women love the body butter, but they kept asking about my hair. And, because I've always grown up with it, I just didn't realize so many other people had the same struggles. And so I called my manufacturer and I said, I have to do a hair care product. And so that is how the 3-step system came to be, because customers ask about my hair. And so it's a 3-step system. The clarified pre-treatment is designed to lift that dullness and discoloration that we talked about. And it's just very common in colorless hair. The sun can damage your hair and turn it brown. I get makeup in my hair, and it's just a function of having colorless hair. And so it lifts that dullness and discoloration. The shampoo is a hydrating shampoo, and the Restore conditioner is designed to be both a leave-in or a rinse out. If you have fine, thin hair, we recommend you use it as a rinse out. If you have thick, coily hair, those textures that tend to be on the drier side, we recommend using it as a leave-in. That's how I use it. So it's a completely plant-based ingredient. And it does not have those purple pigments.
I was going to ask you about that. So the difference between your shampoo and a purple shampoos, what's the difference?
The difference is that you don't have to worry about adding unwanted pigment and getting what I affectionately call old lady blue hair. Because when you keep adding color to colorless hair, eventually it's going to take on those purple pigments. And for me, the challenge was always trying to figure out what products to use when. And it was this vicious cycle of having all of these products just to take care of one head of hair. And so that's what actually just put me on this journey to find something for myself. And as it turns out, it works for a lot of other women as well. And the other important thing to know is that it's not a texture issue, it's a color issue.
Okay.
And so it doesn't matter if your hair is bone straight, curly, coily, the Maison 276 3-step system works for you.
I love that. Now, we talked about the purple shampoos.
Right.
Now, I have to tell you a story. I'm a storyteller.
Yes.
So I didn't know that continuously washing my hair with purple shampoo at some point, so I'm a little lighter at the tips, right? On purpose.
Right.
And so I'm washing, and one day I'm washing, and maybe like the next day I'm in the mirror and I'm like, this doesn't look like my hair. So I literally assumed, Angel, that I did not wash it out good enough.
Okay.
And that was not the truth.
No.
I ended up having to go get that cut off my hair because who wants purple tips?
I mean, if that's what you're going for,
No.
rock on.
That wasn't my look.
Right.
No, didn't like it.
Right. You know, I always say, look, I'm not the silver police. Like I'm not saying everybody has to have silver hair. If that's what you want, and you want to be a blonde, I got you.
Thank you, because I did not want to be a purple head. Now I have a funny question.
Okay.
So you know we live in Houston.
Right.
It's hot. I've been wearing natural deodorant.
Okay.
Are you making any deodorant that smells anything like this pomegranate butter? Because I want to be very clear. I'm grateful for the natural deodorant, but on some days, it doesn't work as well as other days.
Misty, you might have just added something to our product development list.
Listen, I'm telling you, because it's a lot of us, Angels, a lot of us who are wearing natural deodorant, you know, for the benefits.
Yes.
And it's a lot of us, you know, my left underarm, she not liking that natural deodorant. So I'm just saying, I just want to put that on your products list.
Noted.
But anyway, seriously, before we wrap up, I want to know, is there anything we should watch out for? What's next for Maison 276?
We actually are really excited about a new product that we're launching in about 4 weeks.
Okay.
And, you know, everything that we do is based on customer feedback. What does she need?
Ooh.
What problems can I help her solve? How can I make her life better? And so we're really excited about this new launch that is a direct result of customers telling us what they need from Maison 276.
You are a woman after my own heart. So again, my corporate background is marketing. So you have to listen to your customers.
Yes.
It's great for you to say this works for me, but you're not selling this to yourself.
Exactly.
What are you selling to your audience? So thank you so much for listening to customers. I am going to be a customer. I cannot wait. I have a protein treatment scheduled on Saturday. I'm bringing this with me. So tell her to, I'm not joking.
Many customers bring that to the salon with them.
I'm going to say, hey,
Yes.
I want you to do my hair with this.
Yes.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so
Absolutely.
much.
Thank you for coming on my show. I'm so
Thank
excited.
you. Thank you very much.
Guys, I am going to be right back. I'm going to put some of this, more of this pomegranate butter because that smells so, so good. I'll be right back right after this break.
Confidence comes standard with a certified pre-owned Cadillac from Ron Carter Cadillac, your only Houston area Cadillac to your door dealer. Get 2.9% APR for 72 months on Houston's largest certified pre-owned Cadillac inventory, with the assurance of a 172-point inspection, meticulous reconditioning by master Cadillac technicians, and a total 5-year limited warranty with unlimited miles.
Shop smarter when you shop Ron Carter. Ron Carter, Cadillac.com.
My prenatal promise is to make sure my baby is safe and healthy, because I know it is possible to acquire syphilis, HIV, or other STDs without knowing it. Getting tested is my very first chance to protect my baby. Doctors are required to give expectant mothers 3 separate tests for syphilis. If you're pregnant, ask your doctor if you're being tested properly for syphilis and other STDs. Congenital syphilis can lead to a miscarriage, stillbirth, or an infant death. Don't risk your baby's health. To find out more, visit myprenatalpromise.com.
Hello, everyone. Did you enjoy that interview? I did. And I have to tell you, your girl is over here smelling good. I may have to replace my perfume with this pomegranate body butter. It smells that good to me. And again, I'm a sniffer. Do not judge, okay? Anyway, so listen, to all of my dreamers, Angels was just talking about her journey, right? And I love that she was using the word silver versus gray. And she started going silver at a young age, between 7 and 8 years old. So let's talk about embracing every single season of your life. She also talked about what works for you when you're 20, when you're 30, and when you're 40 may not necessarily work for you when you're 50. Now, we were talking about body products and hair products, but let's talk about mindsets and everything else. Sometimes I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, oh my gosh, where did this wrinkle come from? Or where did that come from? We have to embrace every season of our lives, and we have to just enjoy it, right? This is who I am. This is where I am. I can't compare the 39-year-old Misti to the 19 or even to the 29-year-old Misti, because I'm not that person anymore, physically, mentally, and definitely not spiritually. So I say to you all, embrace where you are every single season. No matter how young you are, when you're young, you're ready to be older and start driving and doing this and doing that. And then when you're older, you're like, oh crap, I wish I was younger. Let's just enjoy where we are, because we are exactly where we are supposed to be, and we are always, always amazing. As always, if you are an entrepreneur, I want to hear your story, because you don't know who you're inspiring. You're inspiring me, you're inspiring the audience, and we want to hear more from you. So make sure you are following us on Instagram and on Facebook at American Star TV. I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Toodles. See you. Bye.